This podcast is not intended for the faint of heart. The opinions expressed on this podcast are those of We Three Trolls only and are not endorsed or shared by the world-famous Comedy Store.
We Three Trolls is not intended to hurt your feelings. That's a bonus. We Three Trolls is the choice of a new degradation. Welcome to the podcast Satan puts on while cleaning the house.
We Three Trolls is shot live on location in the Brat Cave, A.K.A. the basement of the world-famous Comedy Store deep in the heart of the Sunset Strip. This episode of We Three Trolls was written and produced by Rod Sterling. I'm Trollbot 2.0. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Who's here with me today?
I'm Wub Savell.
And I'm Lleshi.
Another week and still alive. Fuck.
You know who can't say
Killed
that? No.
Too soon,
A lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Our godmother.
I wanted to read you guys something, and I want an unvarnished reaction to this.
Is it a bedtime story, Dad?
Absolutely. If you don't quiet down, we're turning this podcast around. And I am crashing into an embankment and killing all of us. Did your parents threaten you that way? That's how mine did. That's why it turned out this way. This is another tale from Reddit. Reddit seems to be a good place to meet a doormat, ladies. If you're looking for someone to kick around, the average Reddit user will do. My wife named our son after her first love, and I had no idea. My son is 5. About 2 days ago, we were out shopping and ran into a high school friend of my wife's. She was catching up when she told her friend that we had a son. When the old friend asked his name, my wife hesitated, and I told her. She had a strange look on her face, then said, "You mean like your ex-boyfriend?" Our son's name is very unique to the point that I've never met another person with the same name. Now, she refuses to talk to me about it. I feel betrayed and disgusted with her. It's like a switch was flipped, and I just can't look at her the same way.
Weird.
I think you're going to have
Obsessed much?
I think you're going to have to kill that baby. Start over from scratch.
Couldn't you just change
That
the
baby's
name?
tainted. I wonder what the name was.
I want to know what the
too.
name is so badly because he says it's so unique. He's never heard another name like
This
it.
is my son, Xanadu. He should feel betrayed. This is crazy.
What if it was just like Deshante or something? He's like, I never heard anyone else named that guy.
Oh, and
but
by
he
the way,
just
my
only knows
son
white
is
people.
half
So
black. What happened there?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's weird.
I
I've
mean-
never met anyone else with the name Deshante Jr.
Right.
What do you do? Make him change the name?
I don't know. That's what I want to ask you guys. What the fuck would you do? I mean, this woman is in love with someone else.
Yeah, I
She
would
settled for you.
I would be highly offended. And yeah, totally. She settled. She's still in love with the guy. Why would you? Even doesn't matter how much you like the name.
Every fucking day she thinks about that guy because
I
it
mean,
has
there's
the
so
same
many
name.
other names you could pick.
You mean that dude's dick she thinks about. That's
Yeah.
why she named it after him, because
Yeah.
she was imagining being dicked by that dude at the time of conception.
Yep.
Totally.
She's like, well, I always...
And she
I
doesn't
always
want to
wanted-
talk about it. But how about her bitch-ass friend that gave her
yeah,
up?
Dude,
yeah, she
no,
is a
I
snitch.
love that you
She
pointed
is-
that out because I was thinking about it too. I was like, ain't that like a
Whoa.
bitch?
That is
That's
such
a bitch
She's like, you're just my high school friend. I'll never see you again. Time to stab a knife in.
Yeah.
and see what happens.
She just ruined a marriage.
She ruined this fucking dude's life and very casual about it too. I like
Yeah.
Ex-boyfriend.
it. Evil
mean-
bitch.
Yeah.
Evil woman.
I would never mention that.
Fuck no. Of course
I
not.
would never say something like that.
Well,
Just-
you'd pull her
No.
aside
unless
later.
I hated that
Right.
person. But like,
Uh-huh.
even so, I wouldn't even want to be involved with that bullshit at all.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy. What a
I-
bitch move.
I would have I think
Small
I would
town
have. I would have
problems.
had
Mhm.
predisposition to tell her, but I probably would have stopped myself mid telling her. I would have been like, hey, isn't that? I thought I heard that name before, but I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
go on. Like I
Mhm.
would stop it before I got the words. Wasn't that your ex's name out?
Well, no.
Like,
she,
I would've-
she did this on purpose to fuck with the lady.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
I agree.
Definitely did this on purpose to fuck with that lady.
She
Love it.
wanted her
Yeah, how do you
life.
deal with it?
And obviously the lady wanted to have another life that she had previously.
Mhm.
She totally settled. Yeah. Now she got called out for
How about
it.
this? How about your high school sweetheart is settling? You tried, 2 cocks, and now you think you know everything
Right.
about what cock is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she probably did a better thing to marry the other guy. He probably had money.
Who knows? It's a whole soap opera we can get into, but yeah, I mean the lady that is a troll, the old high school friend.
Oh, this is troll of the week. The lady at the grocery store.
She definitely is.
Yeah.
Because she caused so many problems now. Like the guys on Reddit talking about it. What a fucking loser.
Yeah, that's brutal.
What I like is actually he started his post. He said, "I changed my name so my wife doesn't recognize me." It's like, well, you told a very specific story that anyone would recognize is about them.
As though there are ladies going on Reddit looking up stories
They should.
into the
This
catacombs.
This is where you can find some trust funds to drain, ladies. Get your pussy to work for you.
Do you think the chick who snitched on her, like, she had wanted to fuck that guy in high school and she didn't get to?
Or they did fuck.
Right.
And so she was really rubbing some salt into the wound there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you were really hung up about this dude we both fucked. Man, no, I didn't give a fuck at all. Me.
Loser. Name your kid after that. That's so fucked up.
The kid's name is Bullwinkle.
What happened?
She fucked the high school mascot.
What happens to that kid when he finds out that's the case?
Well, this is the terrible thing about Reddit too, is that everyone's advice was get the blood work done to see if that is your child.
Right.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if the kid's half black, you'd know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Yeah, very unique name. I don't seek out Reddit either. Like I'll wind up there somehow.
Yeah.
You know, when
Late
I'm
at
on a
night.
wormhole somewhere, when I'm trying to find, stuff about conspiracy theories, I feel like that's where you get your truth from.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you have people.
Who really killed John Lennon?
Yeah.
Was it the Masons? Are they involved?
That's why 4chan is even more, like, fascinating, you know?
Well,
than
yeah,
Reddit,
it's the politically incorrect version. Like,
yeah, as if Reddit is politically correct. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Yeah, for sure. But they're way more politically correct. I believe.
yeah.
I believe they used to have a subreddit called the Donald, which got
Oh,
banned.
yeah, for sure.
You can't even talk about the president anymore.
Yeah.
You only get
Really?
banned.
On
He's-
Reddit or on
And life
It was
in
on,
general.
it was on Reddit.
Oh.
Well, they're shadow banning all of us on Facebook. I can tell you that for sure. Meanwhile, I can
believe
see footage of people getting shot in the street, a baby falling. Apparently, you probably saw that on Facebook, a baby falling out of a woman's pussy on the street.
Yeah, that is what I saw.
I mean, there got to be a better place to hold your baby. You know what I
And why are
mean?
you still doing like chores and walking around when
That
you're
woman-
due any second? Like,
That woman should be a
shouldn't you
drug
be at
mule.
home?
She could fit so much drugs in that pussy.
Jesus Christ! I like to laugh, but it's harder to make me laugh now
I hate to laugh.
than ever
On
before.
all my dating profiles, it says, I hate to laugh, must loathe dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You just gotta hate them. I won't talk to you. Oh, and if you're a Gemini, fuck off. Fuck you. Die. I'm a Taurus motherfucker. Jupiter
Astrology.
rising.
I wish I saved my Tinder profile or did something. It was the craziest, wackiest thing ever. And I literally said, I can't wait to get a boyfriend so I could go batshit fucking crazy on you, blah, blah, blah. And, I talked about like alcoholism and being a batshit crazy. And then my second picture was Jodi Arias, like my idol. And like,
yeah.
it was maybe one picture of me. And still had guys texting me, messaging me and
Of
stuff.
course, constantly.
It was crazy. But then I got annoyed. They're like, oh, Jodi Arias, huh? Like it was like a conversation opener. And I was like, oh, this is just so annoying. I didn't really want to talk to you.
I mean, what's a good opener in Tinder?
Nothing. Everything's so disgusting.
I used to have one stock message that I sent to every person, which was
Hey, you up?
No, not even that much. All capital letters. Are you a witch? You'd be surprised at the responses I got to that.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good
Or
opener.
also, one of them was, if we were children, I would push you down in the playground. Something like that. I don't remember specifically anymore. But
See, that's
that
good. That's
yielded
more
some
original.
response.
It's not like, hey,
Hi.
beautiful.
Hi,
How
you're
are you?
pretty.
Yeah.
I just
Hi.
think it's amazing, like the amount of offers that chicks would get, as if like the dudes be messaging you trying to fuck, right? And like they just say it.
Some
right?
of them
like,
will
are
just
trying to
send a
fuck.
dick pic.
Right.
Like, or them laying in bed. I'm like, gross.
But like,
Gross, dude.
dude, like, what are these people thinking? Like, chicks are getting offers in person 5 times a day to
Yeah.
just fuck. Like, like.
It's super hot guys doing this, by the way.
Right,
It's
right,
not
right.
like just average or anything. It's like super, like mostly actors,
Mhm.
great body. That's all they got. They know what they got. They're like,
That's a lot, actually, that they have.
For sure.
not really. They're disgusting. So like that's why they can get away with it because it's actually worked in the past.
Yeah.
And
Hell
that's
yeah,
what grossed
it
me
has.
out
Of
so
course.
bad.
It
I'm like,
ew.
ew.
Has worked a million times.
Well, it's a numbers game too. You
Yeah.
gotta think. You're
Mhm.
just sending it out.
Find it
Dating apps, if you're a
amusing.
woman, are the best if you're on vacation somewhere.
Mhm.
And you get on there and you're like,
Vegas.
hey, we're new in town. We've never been here before. And then
Right.
you have guys that are
Buy
more
me
than
some
happy to
fucking
take you
drinks.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, if you're single and ready to mingle and you're on vacay, dude, hop on that app. But if you're in town, even LA's like, it's huge, but it's so small because you have to see these people.
Yeah,
it's like
I
so
know.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'd constantly see comedians on there with a microphone in their mouth. I'm like,
That
Oh,
oh,
is
dude, I
embarrassing.
see them
No.
all the time.
no.
Hey everybody, look, I do stand-up comedy on the
Yeah.
open mic circuit in Los Angeles. I'm not a dime a dozen. There's not a million of me, just
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
I love Hollywood. You'll order from Grubhub or something like all hungover, and there's like just like 10 will deliver your food. To
Yeah,
you, and
right.
It's like you're an aspiring actor. I bet you got some improv training.
God.
Yes, and bring me some more napkins.
Good-looking guys can get away with anything. Man poses as hunky model on Tinder to send vile sexual messages to women, but still gets their numbers.
Yeah, good looking guy. Yeah. They get away with whatever the hell they want on there, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Well, here I got a couple of the messages. The dude, the pictures are obviously of some like model dude, good-looking guy. All right.
He stole those off of my Facebook.
It says, "I want to rip that dress off and fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
Solid opener.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Okay."
Yeah.
He says, "Let's do it." She says, "Let's." Then she types her number, I guess.
It's just that easy.
But that's really what he looks like, right?
No, he used fake pictures.
Oh my God.
I think you should go meet up with these chicks anyway. I think it'd be hilarious. They
Cat.
might even fuck you, cause like,
That's
I mean, women are crazy. They're like, I was intending to fuck someone off Tinder tonight. I'll give this guy a fucking shot. Why
And I
not?
guarantee she doesn't look anything like the pictures either.
Amen, sister.
So,
Yeah.
you know what? It's like, taste your own medicine.
Some of these
Yeah.
bitches are, they're Betty Cropper.
It's too
Catch
much,
my meaning.
too much of the filters and too
Mhm.
much, like, you're filling in your eyebrows it's like filling in your lips that don't even, that around
Covering your
lips.
face with a dog.
Yeah, it's too much.
Dog.
I know. I've
I
seen
love
more
it.
than one chick on those apps who looks like the girl who went into YouTube and shot it up. You know what I'm talking
hell
about?
yeah. I wanna meet her.
They look fucking like starved, but like they have weird angular faces.
Yeah.
And, like, anyway, fuck that.
I saw a girl wearing a vegan sweatshirt who was fat the other day. Surprise, surprise.
Well,
Big
you know
old,
what I say
big
to
old
them?
thunder thighs.
I say, a line from my act, I say, hey, fat vegans, how dare you? Doing it wrong. Anyone who gets into veganism just immediately turns into like a fucking freak. They're like born again Christians, but for
Dude, I was
not
vegan for a
eating
year.
meat.
A whole
I was
year?
a vegan for a whole year.
Dude, I don't know how
And you know
people
what
do it.
happened? I worked out twice a day and I became skinny, fat.
Oh man.
I'm pretty
Oh.
athletically, like I have muscle on me
Yeah.
naturally. And I swear to God, I was like, no matter how much I worked out, and I'm like, this just doesn't make sense, man. Like I can't tone.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work for my body. I'm convinced it's not supposed to work for anybody's fucking body.
No, man, we're meat eaters.
Yeah.
Well, everything eaters.
Yeah, totally.
Meat's part of it. Who doesn't want a piece of delicious monkey? You know?
Bushmeat?
Dr. Jones.
I love that.
Dr. Jones, we eat monkey meat.
I see why that guy ate the AIDS monkey, you know? Because
Oh,
that shit's
God.
delicious.
Hey, did you guys notice that Steven Spielberg puts a lot of Asian boys in his movies?
No, I haven't.
Not a-
Okay, let's just toss off a little list real quick. Like,
Not enough for my character.
How about this one? Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Why the fuck
mhm.
is Indiana Jones cavorting around with a little Asian boy as a sidekick? A little creepy. Now, ever hear of a movie called
'Cause Asian
The
kids are cute.
Goonies? Yeah, especially if you're a pedo and you like to fuck little boys.
Okay.
Then we got the movie called The Goonies. That one's like a smorgasbord of boys that he wants to fuck. There's a fat boy, Asian boy again.
Goonies is Steven Spielberg?
He like executive produced it or something.
I had
I
no
don't know why I
idea.
He
thought
put
of
his fingerprints all over the evidence of that movie. Now, there's also a movie called Hook. You ever seen this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Tons of little boys trying to get Robin Williams to come play with them again. Robin, remember?
Nanu guy?
Nanu, open up your granimals. I'm going to send you out of this world. Nanu.
That was such a weird show.
Do you guys-
Robin Williams was so fucking hairy.
Hell yeah, he
He
was.
just had a hair coming all the way up his neck.
Fucking
Oh, yeah,
ape.
dude.
It was connected to his
Missing link.
beard.
I understand it. I'm pretty hairy.
Me too. Who am I fooling?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Dude, what do you think about Janice Dickinson admitting to fabricating parts of her Bill Cosby drug rape allegation?
What parts?
All of it?
The
No.
crucial parts.
Estupido. She did three separate occasions, I think it was, that she...
She's 63.
He's
Cosby's
like
80, right?
He's robbing the cradle.
Oh,
She recalled an incident in 1982 that took place in a California hotel room whereby the star was drugged and raped by the comedian.
Call that
America's
the hat trick. Sometimes I just drug him, but I just can't rape him for whatever reason. You pulled the old hat trick. Drugged him and raped him. Good job.
That's when you fuck 3 hookers.
but you know
a
what
hat
she
trick.
said
Mhm.
when he held up her book and revealed the account, 'cause she wrote a book about it, about
Mhm.
her life or whatever, account, and there was a very different to what she is saying in court. Dickinson admitted that the contents of the book was a fabrication. It's all a fabrication there because I wanted the paycheck for my kids, she said, after telling the court that she'd given her ghostwriter poetic license in the book. It describes her having rebuffed Cosby's advances before popping a couple of Quaaludes, a sedative, and going to sleep. Well, that's totally different. I mean, people back then used to take Quaaludes. It wasn't like a big fucking deal.
Dude, all the time.
You know?
Those were the days.
I bet Quaaludes were as popular at that time as, like, opiates are now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I just don't understand why people want to feel tired. You know? Like, I mean, I get what Cosby was doing. He wanted to make him feel tired.
I know
So
yeah.
Because
he's a monster.
Fabrication.
I mean, there's so many cases that he raped bitches while they were on Quaaludes that I'm convinced he did it.
Mhm.
But she's just trying to get on that and get attention for it, kind of like a lot of the girls with after the Me Too movement. They're just, you know. all
Yeah,
these
leave
stories from-
James Franco alone, you bitches.
Seriously.
Time's up.
Yeah. James Franco doesn't seem like the kind that needs to fucking rape anybody. I'm sorry, but
I think they just do it because it's fun.
yeah, maybe. I don't
It's just
know.
something they like to
I
do.
doubt it. Highly doubt it.
What do you think Cosby... I wonder what he thinks about all of it. Because he's never going to tell you what he thinks.
Mm-mm.
Like, there's no way you'd get an honest answer out of him. I'm, like, very curious what his actual opinion of, like, all the events is.
What
you
all
know?
this hoopla? Do you know what his...
Does he totally brush it off? Like, he actually thinks,
Absolutely he does.
just has no basis whatsoever, full, you
It's
know.
a shakedown. He
Yeah.
thinks he's probably not
Yeah.
wrong.
Another black man being framed by white bitches.
I don't even know. Did he testify at all? He does. He probably
No.
didn't sit up and talk at all.
No, they're using, like, his testimony from another case
Mhm.
against him, kind of, in this case.
Okay.
Mhm.
He just doesn't seem like a very nice person
No.
at all. He
they've
looks
never-
like now that after the stories came out, I'm like looking at him. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Look at his face. Look at his face. He looks like an evil person, and I mean, I don't
He
know.
looks
Well-
like one of the bad Muppets in Labyrinth.
He looks angry. Yeah, totally.
To be fair, one of his eyes is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on how bad he looks. Like, that eye is just fucking dead.
I mean, he's had a couple
Like,
strokes,
it's
maybe.
rotting
You know, I
away.
don't know.
I don't know. That
He's
looks,
got one googly eye.
dude. It's like they took off Forrest Whitaker's eye and then put it on him, which, like, added to the fucked upness of it.
He looks like Forrest Whitaker's Snapchat filter on top of his face.
Anyway,
Who fucking knows?
Yeah, who knows about the Cosby?
It's innocent.
Janice Dickinson. I mean, she became. I remember there was like that reality show she was on. I watched a little bit of it, and I really wanted to like her, but she was such a fucking monster. Where she was like managing models or something like that,
Mhm.
and I could almost see her being jealous of the other girls getting work, and I'm like, you're like old enough to be their grandmother, like shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut it,
What
bitch.
What is wrong with you?
Sip it.
Yeah,
Janice
she's also a
Dickinson.
terrible person, you know.
I always think it's interesting when you look at those like old models, right? And like they've done all this shit to their face, right, to make them look younger. And then like, but you only have to look like literally 2 inches down to their neck, and then it's just a total disaster. Like,
Yeah,
like
they haven't
nothing was
figured out
done
the
there.
neck thing yet
No,
at all.
no, that's the
Like you can't get that
or
fillers.
the
you can't
hands,
both-
dude.
Yeah,
you can
hands.
tell the hands.
Yeah,
You look at someone, you're like, I don't know how old this person is. You look at their hands, you're like, holy shit.
yeah. And it's not like they ever look any better. It's just they just look fucking weird every time. But you know who looks good? Cindy Crawford. She still looks
Oh,
great,
really?
and she
I'm a fan.
hasn't done any weird work. She didn't do her freaking lips.
She
And
didn't even take that disgusting mole off her face.
Mhm.
I think we all would have agreed that would be some good plastic surgery.
If it
to
wasn't
invest
for
in.
that mole, Tiffany Haddish wouldn't have a career.
Yeah, now I kind of get grossed out by the mole a little bit.
I'm trying
But
to
back
bite it
then,
off her.
back then I used to color in. I have a mole like right there, and I'd color it in a little more so I'd look more like her.
Ah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, they
Isn't
always
that
just
gay?
show they show the well manicured mole. They're not gonna like have like
Hair growing out
some-
of it.
Yeah, some Ukrainian woman like, with
Gross.
a giant fucking mole on her face. You're like, hey, it adds to the look, you know.
Nasty. It's called a beauty mark, okay?
Mm-hmm.
On Cindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that Ukrainian woman you're talking about, definitely a mole. Cancerous mole, maybe.
What do you think of the person who put the "It's okay to be white" pieces of paper into boxes of diapers at Target? Did you hear
I
about
think
that?
it was my finest work.
Oh man.
In all the diaper boxes, like
well,
a
I
slip
don't
of
know
paper.
how many. I mean, this is what's so terrible though. Like the title of this fucking article, some racist weirdo, which is a completely inaccurate way to talk about Joseph.
Why would you assume
Is
that?
putting neo-Nazi propaganda,
It's okay to be white is neo-Nazi propaganda. That's funny.
right? And they caught him. They caught this. I'm glad they
Was it a black
solved
guy?
all the
That
would be great.
Should play
Right.
Guess the Race.
Oh, man, that would have been a good one this week. I don't know. We talked about the "It's okay to be white" thing originally, right? We were talking about the prank. Well, this guy took it to another level, I
Yeah.
guess. And they found him. Well, good for you. I'm
They
glad
got
they
that
solved
monster
all
off
the
the streets.
murders and rapes throughout the city and had all that extra time to go looking for the monster who
Yeah.
was telling other people that not even it's good.
The
It's
thought
not
criminal.
great. It's mediocre to be white.
Yeah.
Like just the notion
It's
of that.
okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Now everybody's just shitting on white people. It's easier, you know.
Hey, bitch, we made Gilmore Girls. How about a little appreciation for what white people have done? Gilmore Girls, DuckTales. You remember that from your childhood? We fucking did that. I know that was all white people.
Should I read you what Target said about it?
Mm-hmm.
We sincerely apologize to guests who received an inappropriate message in their Target purchase and thank them for calling it to our attention.
These fucking snitches.
So did they return the diapers, or
You
did
no
they
sense
go
of
ahead and
humor
use
having
them?
Snitches.
They were already tainted, the diapers.
Oh my
You're
God.
not-
They had been touched by white people's hands. They had to throw them into a fucking fire and purify them.
They're not good enough to be shit into. That's how dirty these diapers are. After being made aware of the situation, we immediately launched a
The
thorough
situation.
investigation to address the concerns and put a stop to it. We have identified the source, and given this is a violation of our policies and our commitment to inclusivity, terminated the team member. It was an employee.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Have you ever been standing around in the Target and you're not even wearing a red shirt and someone asks you where something is? It's like, I'm wearing a leather jacket, you motherfucker. I
Dude.
clearly don't work here.
Anytime you're asked if you work in a place that's beneath you, it's fucking offensive.
You look like the
That's
guy
everywhere.
that is going to go postal there at any moment, though.
I would be great.
Yeah.
I would definitely be helping customers and staying away from my coworkers. Oh, that's over there across the store. I'll take you to it. They found that criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear about that Chinese lady that was throwing coins at the plane? and it got delayed because she fucked it up.
Was she trying to tip it?
No, superstitious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was just throwing them in the whatever. It got in the engine and it was delayed. I guess they're notorious for being delayed constantly anyway, but everybody was so pissed at her. It was some like old Chinese
80-year-old woman, surnamed Chu. If you're looking for the right pronunciation, Qiu. What you do, Chu? She has no prior criminal record or mental health issues other than being a mainland Chinese person. Claims she tossed the coins as a prayer for a safe flight right into the engine.
It's bribing God. And God said, nope, not
Dude,
enough.
it's such a window into like the Chinese that like
They're
in
so
their
superstitious.
culture. But money, it's such a thing, dude. Like they burn fake money to give money to dead relatives so they can like pay for their way up in heaven and shit. It's so weird.
Yeah, they love
You'd think that would
gambling
be,
too.
That's why they get along with the Jews.
Love it.
The money thing. They're both fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you could pay your way into heaven. Why not?
When I used to cocktail
Steven
in
Spielberg's
Vegas.
gonna be fine. He's worth like $750 billion. He can fuck and kill so many kids.
That's where Christianity fucked up.
So many Chinese kids he's gonna fuck and fill with his sperm.
You're really convinced he's into little boys, huh?
I've watched some videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be passing out some literature later tonight at the Comedy Store on the patio.
I know this podcast goes pretty hard on Steven Spielberg, Hillary Clinton, and Corey Feldman.
People that, first of all, these are the softest targets ever. They'll never know that we talked about them. If they do, Feldman will be flattered. He'd be like, "Can I be on your podcast to address these issues? Come on, let me be on your fucking podcast."
Can I play my new song from my album?
I would totally do that, but I'd make him. We'd have to provide a commentary track over it. I'd be like, no one's just going to listen to your music.
I think I can make him fall in love with me.
Oh, I know. I can make him fall in love with me. I already know what I'll tell him. I'll be like, dude, Meatballs 4.
I was really more.
How many people seen that movie? Just me.
Is that the one with the alien?
That might be 2, actually. He might be in 3. I forget. He's in it with Jack Nance, who was in Eraserhead.
No, but I was saying earlier is when I used to work at a casino, I would cocktail, and there was a shit ton of Chinese people that would come in there, and they would just tip you $1 no matter what because they're superstitious, and it like they think that they'll get money for it or something along those lines, right? And I fucking hated waiting on them because they'd be sitting there for 8 hours, legit, like playing Baccarat, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm. You mean Baccarat?
Baccarat,
Or
whatever.
That's what they play.
Or Pai Gao.
Pai Gao, that's another one.
Mahjong.
Yep. Or any of the slot machines. So I would like drop off their drink. They wouldn't even look at me. They'd just point to the thing on the ground. And I'm like, these motherfuckers. So I would drop the, chain smoking. I would drop the drink off and they wouldn't even turn around. They'd like have $1 ready and I would book it. Leave. They'd be looking all over for me. That's how petty I was. They're like, no, where's the girl, the curly hair? When she's I have to give her $1 for that. Like freaking out, and it would make me so happy to make them think that I made them lose all that money. And it happened. This one guy's like, I waited so long for my drink, and you didn't take. I lost all my money on the Wheel of Fortune. I'm like, whatever, dude. Fuck off.
Why did he sound Irish?
Because I was drunk.
Very superstitious.
The writing's on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Wall.
I mean, I grew up pretty superstitious too. My mom, she's like, oh, my nose itches. It means me and your dad are going to get in a fight. My ears are ringing. Somebody's talking. You sneeze, it's true. It means it's true. It's all these.
Your nose itches, so your dad and your mom are gonna get in a fight.
That's what she would say every time.
That sounds like an excuse
to like start shit.
Yeah, she just looks over at you and you just scratch your nose and just is like immediately turns over and lays into the husband. Yeah.
I guess. Well, to this day, if my nose itches, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to get in an altercation with somebody. And then I'm like, why am I thinking in this way? She's ruined my brain. My favorite was if you cross over your little brother while he's still growing, he's going to stop growing. She's like, don't hop over him. He's never going to grow. I'm like,
you cross over him.
It's fucking retarded. Where did they get these? No idea.
That's a weird one.
I don't understand why we need to make America great again. When did it stop being great?
It's the greatest.
It's pretty much been the best. Since we got started. It's because of all that cool oil we stole, and we stole some really good land.
So much land.
Well, I got news for you, indigenous peoples. We ain't giving it back. So quit your bitching. It's
They're
over.
all dead anyway.
Yeah, the people we stole it from are dead, and the people who stole are dead.
Mm-hmm.
So relax. Enjoy the ride. The white man's in control. Only one place to go, and that's up. You know?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
It's okay to be white.
Dude, it's better than okay. It's pretty cool.
I don't mind it.
I think it's the best thing to be. I've never had any.
It's got its pluses and minuses.
I look
what doesn't?
ethnically ambiguous, so that's kind of, I could do whatever I want, you know? I could say the N-word all day long. People wouldn't even know.
And you do.
Yeah. We just got to cut it out.
That's what the Patreons will pay for later. The unedited versions with all the N-words in them.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, wow, this is like a 9-hour episode. And I try to cut out 9 hours worth of N-words every fucking episode. Well, I have something I need to say real quick.
All right.
Get her done?
I do need to say that. Be cool if like we could get him on the podcast, but he was like super normal. And he's like actually talked in like a faux English accent or whatever. well, I wouldn't say that's I created Get It Done. I believe that it discovered me. Or something like that. Yeah, before we make like a monkey wrench and bolt. I don't even know if that makes sense. I'd like to give a shout out to the state of California for legalizing weed and giving the homeless populations of neighboring states another reason to migrate over here. Good job. We can use all this extra weed money to pave roads for people to fucking sleep on. You still didn't pave the roads even.
No, they didn't. Hundreds of animals were harmed in the production of this podcast.
That'll do.